What's up, guys? Bye here. I failed you guys. I'm sorry. So, I made a video yesterday about a 20 days challenge to unlock the 6th March in Stripe the 8 KvK for a complete free-to-play player. So, the original plan is for me to unlock the research here, expanded formation 1, to unlock an additional march. So, based on my original calculation, I need around 19 million crystal in 20 days. And to get that 19 million crystals in 20 days, I would have to pretty much use everything I have, all my action points. I have around 900,000 action points right now, which would gain me around 6 million crystal. I was planning to use them all to gain crystal at the same time competing for the top number 1 in honors. I will also have to use a lot of speed up for training, and even by doing that, like my chance of succeeding was somewhere around 0.1%. But with the most updated information I get, the total amount of crystal needed just increased drastically. So like instead of 19 million crystal that I would be needed, I am now looking at like either to 40 to 50 million crystal here. And it's completely changed all of my plan. So like in my defense, the initial number was so far off from the actual number of crystal needed because the original data I got was missing a lot of prerequisite data. So like when I looking at the data here, the original data that I get it, some of the research, right? I look at some of the research here. It did mention the prerequisite skill, right? The prerequisite research here. So I think the data was complete. So like I did my calculation based off it. I was assuming the data is complete. And if you're looking at my data here, right? The number, like the formula I did, it's some like it's not like some straight up formula here, right? I did a lot of like calculation here. I am adding a lot of data. I'm adding a lot of data here. You can see some like some formula here, some sum. If you're familiar with Excel, right? I did like some sum up here. Like I know what I'm doing, right? I know what I'm doing with the data, but because of the data was missing, it was missing a lot of prerequisite data. Like people were telling me that like I need some of the like my original data calculation. I only calculate that I thought that I only need it all of these skill at level 1. Uh, and all of the skill for the second tech here at level one as well. So that's the reason why it's so far off because I did not calculate for the higher research. So with the most recent like data information that I get, uh, I was told that I needed to get all of these skill to level 10, and that would bring up the number drastically, like more than double, more than double the amount of crystals that I initially needed. Some of these skill here also need up higher as well. I don't know. Like, as of right now, I honestly don't know what's the prerequisite data, prerequisite researches that I need. But the number of crystals that I am looking at right now is 40 million to 50 million crystal right here, which is more than double of my original number. Um, so like I honestly just can't see where I will be able to get that actual 20 million or 30 million crystal from like without spending. So like unfortunately I had to admit that I failed the 20-day challenge before it even started. I just cannot see. I just cannot see where I'm gonna get that actual 30 million crystal. Um, so there are two options I can do right now. Option number one is that I will play KvK as a complete free-to-play player without spending anything, and I'm gonna make like tips guide for complete free-to-play players. I'm still gonna keep track of all my research, all my speed ups that I use, what do I use, how's the level here on every day. On every days, I'm gonna keep track of it as a complete free-to-play players, and hopefully I can provide guidance for 100% free-to-play players on like what paths should you go for, what research should you be upping first, thing like that. And option number two is that I can give myself like a spending limit, let's say $100, and continue with the challenge. Like I honestly don't feel like spending more than $100 for some like temporary research, and even with like spending $100, it's still going to be pretty much impossible to get 6 marches in 20 days with the list that I got. Like maybe $100 spending to unlock 6 march in 30 days. Maybe that going to be possible. And like for Strive the 8, like Strive the 8 doesn't look like the best option to unlocking 6 marches for me right now because I don't have enough time. I think for Heroic Anthem KvK you have more time because the level 7 gate is open later. That is another big fight going to happen. Like I honestly don't feel like spending $100 to unlock my 6 march just for farming. Um, so that's the reason why I will be going with option number one. So like I will place it KvK as 100% free to play player without spending anything, and I will be making guide for completely free to play players. Um, maybe next KvK I will do it as a low spender players if we play Heroic Anthem KvK instead. Like if I'm going to spend my money to unlock the 6 march, I want to make sure that I can use my 6 march for a long time, to make my money worth it, right? So that is another thing to keep in mind as well. If you like a low spender players, and if you are thinking of like unlocking the 6 march, you definitely want to make sure that you'll be able to unlock it before the big fight and not after, right? And as of right now, the total crystal needed, the total of crystal needed, you are looking at around 50 million crystal here, and you should probably do some calculation before you start spending. I would say that is my advice for low spender players. If you are looking to unlock that 6 marches, from what I'm getting from a lot of players, from some of the low spender players that I talk to, even though they're spending quite a lot of money, they are still unable to unlock the 6 marches after I think more than 20 days. So that is something you need to keep in mind as well. So what lesson do you guys learn from my failures? Do not put too much trust in the information you get online, is that I can tell you. Many of the information are often like are either inaccurate or misleading, I would say. That is the reason why like I often want to do my own testing, or like anytime I get some information online, I want to verify them myself. So even this challenge, right? Like a lot of people were telling me that, oh, it is impossible for free to play player to complete to unlock the 6 marches. That is the reason why I want to verify it myself. That is the reason why I want to do the challenges. But because of the data I got initially was inaccurate, it threw off my calculation, and I made videos which provide a wrong information for you guys. As I mentioned earlier, like so I told you guys that in my video I told you guys that for free to play player we're going to need 19 million crystal to unlock the 6 marches, which is completely inaccurate. So that is another thing. Like I am not exempt from the wrong information online there, right? So in that video, I gave you guys the wrong information there, and this video is the one that I'm gonna correct myself here. We are looking at 50 million crystal here to unlock that 6 march. Unfortunately. Anyway, guys, just want to make like a quick videos to one, like admit my total defeat on that 20-day challenge, and two is to update you guys on what I will be doing instead for this KvK. Take care, guys, and thanks for watching.